Class, our topic is still cost accounting. Remember, dinivide natin ito into 4, tama? Job order costing, process costing, and today, third part natin is joint and byproduct costing. Joint and byproduct costing. And now class, to easily understand this, let's have an illustration. Let's say si Company X manufactures mga wooden furniture, okay? Such as chairs, tables, and cabinets. Ayan. So lahat yan made of wood, okay? And let's say ito yung production process ni Company X. Ayan. This is 0% and this is 100%. Okay, and then this is at 30%. Ayan. Now let's say from 0% to 30%, ang ginagawa ni Company X, nagka-cut siya ng wood, different sizes, different shapes, tapos ini-smooth niya. And yung mga kinat niya na yun, para yun sa lahat ng products. Common to all the products. Okay? Now, mag-i-incur siya ng cost, materials, labor, and overhead. And we know, in cost accounting, charge natin siya into WIP or work in process. Since yung na-incur na cost from 0 to 30% is for all the products, ang tawag natin dyan class, joint costs. Okay? Or JC. Remember, pag joint costs yan common to all products. Got it? Okay, now, at this point class, 30%, pwede na nating ma-split yung products. Okay? Ang tawag natin dyan is the split off point. Split off point. So, meron tayong product A, ito yung chairs. Product B, the tables. And then product C, cabinets. Yan. So, ang tawag natin sa kanila class, they are the main products or sometimes called the joint products. Okay, so far so good. Now, as we create chairs, tables, and cabinets, magkakaroon tayo ng tinatawag natin na byproduct. Let's say byproduct X. Sir, ano example ng byproduct? Plus, ang example niyan is sawdust. Okay? Yun yung mga natitira kapag nagka-cut ka ng wood. Okay? Or mga, ibang tawag dyan is yung mga wood shavings. Okay? Actually, mga sawdust na yan, class, pwede mo ibenta yan as fertilizers. Okay? So, imagine, nagka-cut ka ng wood na yan. Di ba may mga nalalaglag dyan? Tama? Yun yung mga natitira na wood. Okay? Ang tawag din sawdust. Now, class, kaya siya tinawag na byproduct kasi hindi mo naman intention na mag-produce ng sawdust. Pero along the process, okay, nakaka-produce ka niyan. And a byproduct is a product of relatively small value. Okay? So, syempre, mas mababa mo siya mabebenta than your main products. So far, so good? Okay, now, from 30% up to 100%, may mga i-incur pa rin tayo na costs dyan. Direct materials, direct labor, and overhead. Ang tawag natin dito, class, sa cost na yan, these are separable costs. Sir, bakit mo tinawag na separable cost? Because masa-separate na natin, madidistinguish na natin kung para kanino yung cost na yan. Para ba yan sa chairs, tables, or cabinets. Okay? Ang ibang tawag dyan, class, sa separable costs is further processing costs. Familiar? Sa MAS na relevant costing. Tama? Naalala niyo yung sell now or process further? Dito yun. So, sell now or process further. Okay? So, MAS, if you remember yung relevant costing, ang basis mo dyan is the incremental profit. Pag mas mataas yung profit mo, this point, ibenta mo na. Pag mas mataas naman dito, i-process further mo. Got it? Okay, now class, yung first issue natin, so hopefully nakatulong yung illustration natin, yung first issue natin is, lagay ko dito, issue number 1. Dalawa yan eh. Okay? How to allocate joint costs to the main products. Okay? Ito yung first issue natin. Kasi class, in joint cost na yan, common to all yan, di ba? Para yan kay A, B, and C. So, paano natin i-allocate yan to these main products? Okay? Meron tayong 4 ways. Number 1 is by using a physical measure. Okay? For example, yung number of units or pwedeng yung weight nila. For example, kilograms or pounds, or pwedeng length ng products. For example, meters. Ayan. Physical units, yan yung number 1. Okay? Pero syempre, yun yung least accurate way to allocate joint cost. Number 2 is the sales value at split off. Okay? Sir, what do you mean by sales value at split off? Tama ba class? Ito yung split off? Tama? Pag sinabi mo sales value, yan din yung market value. So, ibig sabihin, yung formula niyan is just number of units times the selling price at split off. Okay? At this point. Gets? Okay. Number 3 is the net realizable value or NRV at split off. Plus, ano nga ba yung net realizable value? Di ba? Pag NRV, mina-minus natin yung cost of disposal or cost to sell. So, bali ganito yan. Number of units, okay, times the selling price minus cost to sell. Okay, so ganyan yung formula natin. Alright? At split off point. Okay, and then yung last one class, ang tawag natin is NRV pa din siya, pero approximated or sometimes called estimated or also called hypothetical NRV. Alright? Sir, ano yung difference yan sa number 3? Well, ang formula naman yung class is number of units times the final selling price. Okay, final selling price minus cost to sell minus further processing cost. Okay? So, ibig sabihin class, yung NRV at split off, dito siya. NRV dito. Okay? Pag sinabi mo namang approximated NRV at this point. Kaya tinawag na final selling price. Kung ano yung selling price na dito, minus yung cost to sell, kasi NRV nga, minus yung further processing cost or yung separable cost. Got it? Okay, meron tayong 4. Ulitin ko, physical measure, sales value at split off, NRV at split off, and approximated NRV. Actually, guys, may isa pa. Ang tawag dun is constant margin approach, pero mas appropriate yan sa MAS. Sa MAS yung di-discuss yan. Okay. So, again, yun yung accounting issue number 1. Later na yung number 2. Okay, let's go to our handouts. Problem number 1. Alright, Charlene Company produces 2 products. Nakita nyo yan? Okay. From a joint process, X and Z. Ayan, anong tawag natin kay X and Z? They are the main products. Joint processing costs for the production cycle are 8,000. Pag sabi mong joint cost, yan yung DM, DLOH na na-incur common to X and Z. Okay. So, meron tayong meters. Well, basically, meters yun yung physical measure. Okay. Sales price per meter at split off. Disposal cost per meter at split off. Disposal cost, yun yung cost to sell. Tama? Further processing cost per meter and final sales price per meter. Ito yung final sales price at 100%. Okay, if X and Z are processed further, no disposal costs will be incurred or such costs will be borne by the buyer. Okay, let's go to question 1. Using a physical measure, what amount of joint processing cost is allocated to X? So, very easy. Number 1, since physical measure siya, tama ba class yung joint cost natin is 8,000? Right? So, ang gagawin ko lang dyan, so 8,000, si X, di ba meron siyang 1.5 meters, tama? Si Z naman 2.2, add mo yan. So, 1.5 plus 2.2 is 3.7. So, ganito lang gagawin ko dyan class. So, si 8,000 times 1.5 over 2.2 over 3.7. Okay? Ito yung para kay product X. Kay product Z naman, 8,000 times 2.2 over 3.7. Oh, ganun lang kadali. So, allocate lang natin siya using physical measure. In this case, ang given sa atin is length or meters. So, yun lang. So, 8,000 times 1.5 divided by 3.7. Okay, you get 3.243 for product X. And then, for product Z, 8,000 times 2.2 over 3.7, you get 4.757. Therefore, class, 4.757. Okay, therefore, answer natin for question 1 using physical measure, what amount of joint cost is allocated to X? 3243, letter D. Okay. Question number 2, using physical measure, ano daw yung allocated to Z? 4757, letter D. Okay, very easy. So, kapag physical measure, again, Yan yung, well, easiest pero least accurate way to allocate joint cost. Let's go to number 3 and 4. Numbers 3 and 4 naman, class, using sales value at split off, what amount of joint processing cost is allocated to X? Ganito lang gagawin ko dyan, class. So, sa number 3, meron akong product X, okay, may product Z ako, okay? To compute for the sales value, basically, yung sales, paano ba kino-compute yun? Number of units times the selling price. Si X, meron tayong 1,500 meters, tama? Or yes, 1,500 meters times 6 yung selling price niya. You get, so 1,500 times 6, you get 9,000. Okay? And then si Z naman, meron siyang 22 times 9, you get 19,800. So 22 times 9, you have 19,800. Yung total niyang class, 9,000 plus 19,800, you get 28,800. Okay? Tama ba? Yun yung total na sales value. Right? Now, i-allocate natin yung joint cost. So, paano yan, sir? Dali lang yan. So, 8,000 times 9,000 over 28,800. Well, basically, yun yung for product X. So, 9,000 or 8,000 times 9 divided by 28.8, you get 2,500 for product X. For product Z naman, 8,000 times 19,800 over 28,800, you get 8,000 times 19,800 divided by 28,800, you get 5,500. O yun, yun yung sagot natin. So let's go to number 3. Using sales value, what amount of joint processing cost is allocated to X? 2,500 yung sagot natin, boy. Number 4 naman, class, allocated to Z. Answer natin is 5,500, letter A. Oh, dali lang. Okay, let's go to number 5 and 6. 5 and 6, okay. Using NRV at split off, yun yung number 3 natin. Basically, yung NRV at this point, okay. NRV at split point, what amount of joint processing cost is allocated to X? Ganito lang gagawin ko dyan, class. So, meron akong product X and product Z, okay? Si product X, we have 1,500 meters times, to compute for the NRV, basically, yung selling price less cost to sell or cost of disposal. Selling price natin na split off is 6. Disposal cost per meter natin is 3.5, tama? So, 6 minus 3.5, this is 2.5. Okay, so 1,500 times 2.5, you get 3,750. Okay? And then, so double check ko lang ha. Tama. Let's go to product Z. 22 times selling price is 9 minus cost of disposal is 5 or 4. 22 times 4, you get 88. Yan. So NRV of these two products, sum natin sila, plus 3,750, you get 12,550. Okay, 12,550. Allocate natin yung joint cost, 8,000 for yung total joint cost natin times 3,750 over 12,550 for product X. Let's compute. 8,000 times 3,750 divided by 12,550, you get 2,390. 2,390. Okay, and then for product Z, 8,000 times 88 over 12,550. Let's compute. 8,000 times 88 divided by 12,550, you get 5,609. Oh yes, 5,610. 5,610. Okay, so answer natin, class, for number 5, using NRV, what amount of joint processing cost is allocated to X? 2,390, letter C. Number 6 naman, using NRV, kay product Z naman, 5,610, letter D or dog. Okay, so ganoon siya kasimple, class. Now, para mas challenging, i-extend natin yung problem natin, okay? For numbers 7, 8, and 9, class, ignore nyo yung choices, no? Ignore nyo yung choices. Gawin natin mas comprehensive yung discussion dyan, okay? Para makita natin yung ibang scenarios. Okay, so gawin natin. Number 7, using NRV at split off, or using approximated NRV, class, tanggalin mo yung word na split off, okay? Using approximated NRV, ito siya. Ito. Kasi pag sabi mong NRV at split off, ito yun. Tama? Pag sabi mong approximated NRV, is this one. So, tanggalin mo yung word na split off for question 7 and 8, okay? Para mas malinaw. Using approximated NRV, what amount of joint processing cost is allocated to X? And then, yung 8 naman is allocated to Z. Okay, ganito gawin natin, class. Let's assume na compute natin to without disposal cost muna. Without disposal cost. Which is actually, yun yung given sa atin. Kung titingin ka sa original given, nakalagay dyan sa last part, last sentence, if X and Z are processed further, no disposal cost will be incurred or such cost will be borne by the buyer. Yun yung gawin natin. Okay, yun muna. Without disposal cost, later gawin natin with disposal cost. Okay, ganito gagawin ko dyan, class. I have product X and product Z. Tama? Si product X, meron tayong 1.5 meters. Multiply ko dyan by the final selling price of 7.5. Okay? Since walang disposal cost, ignore ko lang yan. Ma-minus ko yan sa further pricing cost. Iyan yung approximated NRV natin. So 7.5 minus 1 times 1.5, you get 9,750. Okay? 9,750. The product Z naman, 2.2 times yung final selling price is 11.25. Further pricing cost is 3. Let's compute. 11.25 minus 3 times 2.2, you get 18,150. Tama? 18,150, add natin yung dalawa na yan, plus 9,750, you get 27,900. Okay. Yan yung pampo-prorate natin, yung 27,900. Okay, so for product X, 8,000, tama? So 8,000 times 9,750 times 9,750 divided by 27,900. Okay. Ulitin natin. 8,000 times 9,750 divided by 27,900, you get 2,796. Okay? 2,796 for product X. For product Z naman, 8,000 times 18,150 divided by 27,900, you get 5,204. Okay? Ayan. So, joint cost allocated to X, assuming no disposal cost, is 2,796. Joint cost allocated to Z, assuming no disposal cost, 5,204. Now, what if, sir, with disposal cost? Paano gagawin mo dyan, sir? O, ganito lang gagawin ko dyan. Product X, okay, meron siyang 1.5 meters. Multiply natin by final selling price is 7.5. Minus natin yung further processing cost na 1. I-minus mo yung disposal cost na 3.5. Okay, so compute natin. 7.5 minus 1 minus 3.5 times 1.5, you get 4,500. Okay, si product Z naman, 2,200 meters times final selling price is 11.25 minus further processing cost of 3 minus yung disposal cost of 5. Let's compute. 11.25 minus 3 minus 5 times 2.2. Okay, you get 7,150. 7,150. Add natin yan. Okay, so 4.5, this is 7,150. 7,150. Okay, so 4.5 plus 7,150, you get 11,650. Allocate natin yung 8,000 pesos na joint cost. 8,000 times 4.5 divided by 11,650, you get 3,090. Okay? 3,090 for product X. 8,000 times 7,150 divided by 11,650 for product Z naman, 4,910. Ayan. Joint cost allocated to X, assuming with disposal cost, 3,090. For product Z, 4,910. Okay? Kaya ignore mo na lang yung choices dyan. Okay? Para at least, yan yung mga final answers natin. Now, question number 9. Which products would be processed further? Okay. So, question 9, ito yung question 7 and 8. Okay. So, question 9 class, ganun pa rin gawin natin. What if without disposal cost and what if with disposal cost? Ganun gagawin natin yung class. Without disposal cost. Okay. Remember sa relevant costing in MAS, so incremental costing, ang basis natin is the incremental profit. Okay? Pag positive yung incremental profit, ipaprocess further natin. Pag hindi, ibenta mo na agad. Okay? Now, ganito ko i-analyze yung class, no? Si product X, okay, dun tayo sa without, or with muna. So, dali pala yung with. Okay, with muna, with disposal cost. Si product X, okay, compute natin yung incremental revenue and then incremental cost. Okay? Ganito gagawin ko dyan, class. Sir, ano yung incremental revenue? Yun yung change in selling price. So, yung final selling price ng product X is 7.5. Yung selling price niya at split off is 6. So, ibig sabihin, nag-increase ng 1.5. Tama? 1.5. Now, yung incremental cost naman niya, since with disposal cost, originally, pag binenta mo yan at split off, ang magagastos mo lang is 3.5. Tama ba? Ngayon, pag pre-process further mo siya, ang magagastos mo na is 4.5. Bakit, sir? Kasi meron kang further processing cost. So, from 3.5, naging 4.5, that is 1. Increase ng 1 yung cost mo. Tama? So, ibig sabihin, class, yung profit natin, yung difference is 0.5. Okay? Pag positive yung incremental profit mo, it means ipaprocess further natin yung product na yan. So, product X is processed further. Alright, si product Z naman, tingnan natin. Yung original selling price niya at split off is 9. And then yung final, kapag pre-process further natin, 11.25. So that's an increase of 2.25. Tama? Now, yung cost naman, originally 5, disposal cost. Pag pre-process further mo, meron kang further processing cost. Obviously, na 3. Therefore, mag-i-increase ng 3 yung incremental cost mo. 2.25 minus 3, that is negative 0.75. So, incremental loss, basically. Therefore, product Z is not processed. Okay? So, if with disposal cost, ang ipaprocess further lang natin is si product X. Good? Okay. Now, what if, sir, without disposal cost? Okay? Ibig sabihin, hindi tayo mag-i-incur ng disposal cost. Kasi sasagutin ni buyer, siya yung bahala sa disposal cost. Ganun pa rin yan. So, si product X and si product Z, ito yung incremental revenue, ito yung incremental cost. Okay? And then this is the difference. Sige. So, ganito gagawin ko dyan, class. Obviously, yung incremental revenue, kamukha lang yan kasi yun yung increase in selling price. Magkakaiba lang yan sa incremental cost. Ganito gagawin natin. Now, kapag pre-process further, okay, si product X, mag-i-incur tayo ng 1 peso. Tama? Further processing cost. Pero, makakatipid tayo ng disposal cost. Kasi without disposal cost, ang sasagot niyan si buyer. Tama? So, it means, class, yung cost natin is 1, pero matitipid natin yung 3.5. So, 1 minus 3.5. Okay? 1 minus 3.5, since cost yan, negative na cost, ibig sabihin, magiging positive siya, add natin yung incremental revenue na 1.5, magiging 4 yan. Okay? Positive 4. Got it? Okay, that's why, in this case, i-process further natin si product X. Now, let's go to product Z. Pag nag-process further tayo, mag-i-incur tayo ng further processing cost na 3. Tama? Pero since without disposal cost yan, sasagutin yan si buyer, matitipid natin yung disposal cost na 5. 3 minus 5 is negative 2. Since cost siya, magiging positive yan. Makakatipid tayo. Tama? So, 2 plus 2.25 is 4.25. Therefore, positive yan. Process further din. Okay? So, sagot natin, class. If, ang tanong dyan, di ba, which products would be processed further? Ignore mo yung choices. Again, for 7, 8, and 9, ignore mo na lang yung mga choices para at least mas comprehensive yung discussion natin. For number 9, if with disposal cost, si X lang ipaprocess further natin. Sa number, if naman without disposal cost, both of the products will be further processed. Okay? Ayan. Okay, so ganyan lang kasimple, class, yung allocation of joint cost. Classes, continue your discussion on joint and byproduct costing. Okay, so yung accounting issue number 1 natin kanina is how to allocate joint cost to the main products. Okay, let's go to accounting issue number 2. Okay natin? Number 2 is how to report byproducts. Alright, how to report byproducts. Sir, ano ba ulit yung byproduct? Well, in our illustration, yun yung sawdust. Okay? Byproduct is, hindi naman natin intended na i-produce, pero napoproduce natin. And pwede natin ibenta, pero relatively small value. Okay? So, class, ang tatandaan mo sa byproduct is, it is always measured at NRV. Always. Okay? Sir, ano nga ba ulit yung NRV? Selling price minus cost to sell or cost of disposal. Ngayon, class, depende yan. If the byproduct is significant or material, or if the byproduct naman is insignificant or immaterial. Okay? Now class, yung accounting nito, if significant, we recognize the byproduct recognized at point of production. Okay? Point of production. And we report this as an inventory. Okay? Pag naman insignificant or immaterial, we report this or recognize at point of sale. Pag binenta na natin. Alright? Sige, para mas malinaw, maglagay tayo ng journal entries. Let's say, class, ito yung split of point. Okay? Or ito yung production. Point of production. Ito naman yung point of sale. Pag binenta na natin. Alright? So, ito yung split of point. Let's say, somewhere here, bebenta natin yung byproduct. Okay? Pag sinabi nating significant or material, pwede nating i-report siya as inventory. So, entry mo dyan, class, is debit byproduct inventory, credit WIP. Okay? Debit byproduct inventory kasi material. So, yun report natin as asset at net realizable value. Sir, bakit credit WIP? Okay? Actually, class, ang nangyayari dyan, binabawasan natin yung joint cost. Okay? Binabawasan natin yung joint cost. Kasi class, yung WIP na yan, ito siya. Nakuha mo yun? Parang tina-transfer mo from joint cost, okay? Tina-transfer mo sa cost of the byproduct. Alright? Pag binenta mo na yung byproduct, yung entry mo is simply debit cash, credit byproduct inventory. Ganyan lang siya. Alright? Pag naman immaterial or insignificant, sa point of production or split of point, wala kang entry dyan. Okay? Therefore, class, hindi mababawasan yung joint cost mo. Does that make sense? Okay. Pag binenta mo na, dun ka may entry. Debit cash, credit other income. Okay? Other income or other revenue. Alright? So, ulitin ko. Pag significant or material, recognize at point of production, we report as inventory. Okay? As asset. Kapag naman insignificant, sa point of sale, pag binenta mo lang, saka ka may entry. Okay? So, ayan. Ganyan lang basically yung kailangan mong tandaan for byproduct. I-apply natin yan sa problem number 2. Okay, let's go to problem number 2. We have two cases. Case number 1, assume that the byproduct is inventoried and recorded at NRV. Ito yun. Ibig sabihin, assume daw natin na yung byproduct is significant or material. Question number 2, assume that the byproduct is recorded as realized or as we sold the byproduct. Okay? So it means, assume natin na insignificant or immaterial. So ang gawin natin dito, class, side by side natin computent para mas makita nyo yung difference. Okay. Let's read the problem. Alkyl Chemical Company produces a product known as X from which byproduct results. So si X dito, yun yung main product. Okay? Yun talaga yung pinoproduce ng company. This byproduct can be sold at 50 pesos per pound. Lagay mo dyan, yun yung selling price of the byproduct. The manufacturing cost of the main product and byproduct up to the point of separation. Yun yung split of point. Okay? For the 3 months ended March 31, meron tayong materials 875, labor 500. Add nga natin, class. Materials 875, labor 500,000, overhead 500,000. So lagay mo dyan, 1,875,000. Ang tawag natin dyan, joint cost. Ito siya. Tama? Joint cost yan. So sulat mo, joint cost of 1,875,000. We charge that to WIP, okay, work in process. The units processed were 175,000 pounds of the main product and 17,500 pounds of the byproduct. During the period, 157,500 pounds of X or the main product were sold at 240. Sige nga, multiply natin yung class. 157,500 times 240. Write it down. 37.8 million. So, yun yung sales natin of the main product. Tama ba, class? Ang nangyari dyan, meron kang 175,000 na produce, pero nabenta mo lang 157,500. Okay? So, meron tayong ending inventory, basically. Okay. And then, while the company was able to sell 13,125 pounds of the byproduct. Okay. So, yung byproduct natin, class, ilagay ko nga dito. So, yung byproduct natin, tama ba, measured at NRV yan eh? Tama? Always. Sabi ko dito, always measured at NRV. So it means, kung nag-produce tayo ng, so ito yung production natin, ilan ng units yung byproduct? Nakita mo, class, yung 17.5. Kita mo yan? 17.5. And then, multiply natin by yung selling price niya, nandun sa second sentence, 50. And then, tingnan natin ha. While the company was able to sell 13,125, selling and admin expenses, 1,050,000, disposal cost per unit of the byproduct is 10. So, kailangan i-minus natin yung cost to sell. Therefore, yung NRV is 40 or 50 minus 10. Tama? So, 17,500 times 40, 700,000. Ito yung cost or yung NRV of the byproduct. Alright? And then yung nabenta natin, so ito yung produce natin, yung sold nating class is only, nakalagay dyan sa middle portion, 13,125. Nakita mo yan? 13,125. So 13,125 times 40, matanda mo, always measure that NRV, kahit pag binenta mo na siya, NRV siya. So 13,125 times 40, 525,000. So nilagay ko lang, 525,000. Okay? Ayan. Now, tingnan natin class. Compute natin yung net income. Sabi diyan, compute the unit cost of X and net income under the following independent cases. So, lagyan natin case 1. Okay. And then, case 2. So, ang gagawin ko muna dito class, kukumputin ko yung unit cost of the main product. Okay. So, meron tayong joint cost dito which is 1,875,000. Tama? Ngayon class, kapag case 1 which is significant, ang gagawin ko dito, okay, binabawasan ko yung WIP or joint cost natin. Okay? Tina-transfer natin yung ibang portion to the byproduct. So, mangyayari dito plus, yung joint cost natin na 1,875,000. Okay? 1,875,000. Ma-minus ko yung NRV of the byproduct which is 700,000. Okay? Minus 700. I-divide ko to by, ilan yung units natin ng main product? 175,000. 175,000. Okay? So, 1,875,000 minus 700,000 divided by 175,000, you get 6.71. Okay. Nakuha mo yung 6.71, yung unit cost of the main product natin. Leading ko. Ito yung total WIP, 1,875. Sir, bakit mo minus yung 700,000? Because of this entry. Meron kang entry na debit, byproduct inventory, credit, WIP, 700,000. Tama? And we know in job order costing and process costing, WIP over units, good units, yun yung unit cost. So, ayan yun, no? WIP over units, that's the unit cost. Okay? 175,000, basically, yun yung total na produce natin ng main product. Got it? Ngayon, class, sa case 2, kapag pag insignificant, hindi natin kailangan bawasan yung WIP. Therefore, yung unit cost niyan is just 1,875,000 over 175,000. That is, so 1,875,000 divided by 175,000, you get 10.71. Obviously, mas mataas lagi yung unit cost natin sa case 2 kapag insignificant. Okay? Kasi syempre, hindi ka na nagmaminus sa numerator. Alright. Now, compute natin yung net income. We have sales. Plus, how much yung sales natin kanina? Recompute natin. 175, ang binenta natin, 157,500. 157,500, we sold this for 240. Sales natin is 37.8 million. 37.8 million for case 1. Case 2 is also 37.8 million. Okay? Now, cost of goods sold natin, dito magkakaroon ng difference yan kasi magkaiba yung unit cost natin. Okay? Doon tayo sa case 1. So, binenta natin is 157,500 times 6.71. Your cost of goods sold should be 1,056,875. Okay? And then, for case 2 naman, 157,500 times unit cost natin is 10.71, you get 1,686,825. Okay, so let's compute yung gross profit. For case 1, 37.8 million minus 1,056,875, you should get gross profit of 36,743,175. Okay? For case 2 naman, 37.8 million minus 1,686,825, you get 36,113,175 gross profit under case 2. Again, case 1 is significant, case 2 is insignificant. Okay, net income yung tanong, so don't forget to deduct your operating expenses. We have here, according to the third to the last sentence, tama? We have, or second to the last, 1,050,000 operating expenses, 1,050,000. And then, don't forget class, kapag insignificant, nire-report natin is other income. Okay? Dito hindi. Tama? Wala namang income statement account dyan. Oh. Tama? Ito meron, other income. So therefore, class, pag maglagay tayo ng other income dito, sa case 1, wala kayong re-report dyan. Okay? Sa case 2, meron. This one, 525,000. Siyempre, yung nabenta mo lang. Tama? 525,000. Therefore, if we compute for the net income, okay, tingnan natin. 36,743 gross profit. 175 minus 1,050,000, you get 35,693,175. 35,693,175. Okay, that's your final answer for case 1. For case 2, 36,113, 175 minus 1,050,000 plus 525,000, you get 35,588,175. 35,588,175. Okay, so yun yung final answers natin. Alright. So obviously, mas mataas yung income ni case 1. Mas mataas to, okay? Because there is an ending inventory. What if walang ending inventory? So pakita natin. Alright, so ganito gagawin ko dyan. Case 1, case 2. Class, remember, yung na-produce is 175,000, tama? Ang nabenta lang is 157,500. What if nabenta lahat? Okay, tingnan natin yung difference. Okay, so 175,000, yung nabenta lahat yan, 240 pesos yung selling price times 240. Tama ba yung sales natin is 42 million? So write it down. Continue lang natin ha. So sales natin, 42 million for case 1. For case 2 is also 42 million. Papakita ko lang class ha. And then cost of goods sold natin, 6.71. Siyempre yun pa rin. 6.71 times 175,000, you get 1174,250. Okay. And then for case 2, 10.71 times 175,000, you get 1874,250. 1874,250. Okay. Gross profit natin, let's compute. So 42 million minus 1174,250, you get 40, okay, 825,750. 40, 825,750. And then for case 2, 42 million minus 1874,250, 41,25,750. 41,25,750. Okay, deduct natin yung OPEX na 1,050,000 for both of them. And then, other income. Okay, other income natin, syempre, case 1, wala yan. And then, other income natin, let's say yung produce mo, hindi yung nabenta mo, therefore yung sales natin, or other income natin, 700,000. Okay? 700,000. Let's compute for the net income. Doon tayo sa case 1. 40,825,750, which is our gross profit, minus 1,050,000. 39,775,750. Net income. And then, yung case 2 nating class, 40,125,750 minus 1,050,000 plus 700,000, you get 39,775,750. Okay. So, same lang yung net income nila. Tama? So, if yung production mo equals sa sales mo, okay, same yung net income under if the byproduct is significant or if the byproduct is insignificant. Okay? Kasi class, magkaiba lang yung ginawa natin treatment. Sa case 1, minus na natin sa cost. Sa case 2, nireport natin as other income. So, magkaiba lang yung presentation. Pero net effect niyan sa income statement, dapat same lang. Got it? Okay. Now class, FYI, no? This one, yung other income natin, under case 2, actually may other accounting treatment dyan. Meron ka pang alternative, no? Though in practice, alternative presentation, in practice, usually talaga, other income pinapresent yung insignificant byproduct. Pero pwede mo rin siya i-present as, dalawa pa. May additional 2 ways ka pa. Addition to sales revenue of the main product. Okay, of the main product. Sulat mo to. FYI lang to, pang theory questions lang yan. Ha? And number 2 naman class is reduction from cost of sales of the main product. Okay? So again, yung other income class, pwede mo siyang i-treat na, actually may tatlong presentation. Pwedeng other income, which is yun yung ginagamit in practice, and sa boards, yan din yung ginagamit usually, no? Pero just in case na itanong, pwede mo rin siyang i-present as additional sales revenue. Lagay mo siya dito. Okay? Instead ng other income, sales revenue siya. Isa pang treatment is, instead ng other income, bawasan mo yung cost of sales. Got it? Pero regardless of the treatment, whether other income, whether addition to sales revenue, or reduction from cost of sales, obviously, same lang yung effect niyan sa net income natin. Okay? So sa presentation lang yan, well, it's a matter of company policy. Okay? Pero ang most common na ginagawa is other income. Okay. So that's how you account for byproduct. Okay? Simple lang, di ba? Sige, let's finish our handouts by answering our theory questions. Theory number 1. Joint costs are useful for A. Setting the selling price of the product. B. Determine whether to continue producing an item. C. Evaluating management by means of responsibility reporting. Determine inventory cost for accounting purposes. Dog yung sagot dyan. Okay? Again, in cost accounting, goal natin is to compute for the cost of the inventory. Especially this one. Kino-compute natin yung unit cost. Okay? And also, yung joint cost natin, inaalam natin kung paano tayo mag-allocate to the main products, eventually to know the cost of the main products. Okay? Dog for number 1. Number 2, this method of allocating joint manufacturing costs to main or joint products allocates joint costs on the basis of estimated sales value at split off of a given product relative to the sales value at split off of total joint production. Well, ang tawag natin dyan is market value at split off or sales value at split off, letter A. Okay? Yung market value split off, other term lang yan, no? So basically, yung ano yung sales value or market value mo at split off point. Letter A for number 2. Number 3, for products that need further processing, this method is more suitable because it takes into account the additional cost needed to further process and sell the joint products. Under this method of allocating manufacturing cost, joint cost is allocated using the following net realizable value ratio. Boy yung sagot natin. Hypothetical market value, approximated NRV, or ibang tawag dyan is estimated NRV. So maraming tawag dyan, but basically, yun yung NRV at 100%. Okay? Boy yung sagot natin for number 3. Number 4, approximated NRV. Tanggalin mo yung at split off. Baka malito ka. Pag sinabing approximated, automatic dito yon, hindi dito. Okay? Dito. Kaya mo ina-approximate lang. Okay? So approximated NRV, delete mo yung at split off. Approximated NRV for joint product is computed as, let's go to boy, final selling price minus further processing cost minus the disposal cost. Okay? Boy yung sagot natin. Number 5, in a joint production process, a byproduct, okay, is also described as, well, this is a product that is of relatively low value or small value, letter A. Okay? Pero mabebenta pa rin natin yan. Letter A yung sagot natin. Number 6, if the NRV of the byproduct of a production process is significant, i-report natin as asset yan. How shall it be accounted for? Let's go to A. The NRV of the byproduct shall be recorded as deduction from the total manufacturing cost. Kaya tayo nag-credit ng WIP, thereby reducing the cost of the main product. Okay? Kaya siya nag-reduce. Ibang tawag diyang class, or this method is known as replacement cost method. That's correct. Okay? So take note of that. Yun yung tawag dyan, replacement cost method. A na yung sagot natin sa 6. Yung B, C, and D, tingnan natin. Boy, the NRV of the byproduct shall be recorded as deduction from the net sales. Okay, so yun, mali na yan. Okay, kasi dapat addition to net sales. So, mali agad. Okay. C, the NRV of the byproduct shall be recorded as deduction from cost of sales. Pwede. The NRV of the byproduct shall be recorded as other income. Yung C and D, ginagamit natin siya if the byproduct is insignificant. Pero yung tanong sa atin kasi is significant. That's why A yung sagot natin. Okay, let's go to number 7. The NRV approach is normally used when the NRV of the byproduct is expected to be. Pag sinabi mong NRV approach, ito yun, yung significant. Okay? Ibig sabihin, nire-record natin siya as inventory, as an asset. Okay, answer is boy, insignificant. No, kasi pag insignificant, other income yan. Pag significant, yun, nire-report natin as asset or inventory. Boy yung sagot natin for number 7. Okay, so that's the end of our discussion for joint and byproduct costing.